Hey boys and girls, like Skillflaggy here, and welcome back to another Battlefield 3 video. Today we'll have a capture the flag tutorial. So the reason why I'm doing this video is because I felt like lots of people are having problems with the new game mode and they don't know how to play it properly. So I'm just giving some tips and tricks on how to play it effectively, because the CTF mode is one of my favorite game modes in all shooters I've played so far, and I've played quite a lot. But not only shooters, I also played, for example, Jedi Knight from Star Wars. This had a CTF mode as well, or even World of Warcraft, which the Warzone Gulch is basically also a capture the flag mode. And since I thought I had quite some experience with the game mode, I thought I would make a tutorial in it. So yeah, I think let's get right into this. Like I said, it's a capture the flag game mode, so what you'll basically have to do is capture the flags. How this works, there are two opposing teams, one team each has one flag, so right now I'm going really basic, so if you want to skip this part I will probably put an annotation or something down the description. So each team has one flag, and you basically try to get the flag from the other team and bring it back to your spawn where your flag is, like you can see me doing right here. I got the flag and I've put it down right here, and we got one flag capture. This is how the game mode works. Of course, there are some slightly modifications in the Battlefield 3 capture the flag game mode. The basic game mode itself stays the same, but for example, if someone picks your flag up and you killed that person, you will have to stay around the flag for a little while. It's basically like capturing a conquest flag, so it takes a little while, I don't know, about 10 seconds or so, and you basically have to defend the flag as long as possible in order to retrieve it back to your spawn. So you don't have to bring it back, it will just spawn back there as soon as you recovered it. And for picking up the flags, like you can see right here, it's basically instantaneously. You just have to get close or on top of this little plateau, and you will get the flag immediately, and then you'll just have to retrieve it. And this is basically what the game mode is about. So for now, how to play the game mode. Basically, you should split your team in two parts. One would be the offense and one would be the defense. So you should always have some people trying to get the flag and to attack, while the other half of the team is trying to stay back and defend your flag. I think it's kind of obvious and makes sense, because if all the people are rushing forward, you probably get the flag, but you will have lots of problems because nobody will guard yours, so it's very likely for the enemy team to just pick up your flag, and this is not what you want. On the same side again, or best at the opposite side, if everyone's defending, you won't get any flags because nobody's trying to cap them, and you won't get any points like that, so you won't win the game like this either. So this is basically how you should kind of play it, as an offense, as in defense, and I will try to show you some examples right now on how to play like the different sides. There are also a lot more, but like I said, I try to keep this a little bit basic and don't want to go into like specific tactics and stuff, so just stay with me right here. Okay guys, now we'll first take a look at the offense, how to play offense in the capture the flag game mode. So right here you can see me, I'm basically just going around on the right side of the map on abandoned flats with the dirt bike in order to be as fast as possible. And I try to get a little bit behind their flag in order to see if there are any enemies, like this guy right here. I get him, and you can see the flag is pretty much unguarded, and this is really like heavy mistake on their side. There should be some people guarding here, but again, we're talking about offense. And the point now is you want to get back as fast as possible to your flag. So it's always nice if you have like another person with you. For example, if you're on the dirt bike, which is behind you and maybe can shoot from the back seat, this really helps a lot. Also, if you're a really good team player and you're on offense but you not got the flag, it's your duty to capture the flag carrier basically, or to give him a ride back to your spawn, to your flag. And don't worry, you will also get points for like helping out the flag carrier and giving him a ride and stuff, so for your point horse out there. So yeah, right there you can see we're capping our flag back, so I have to wait until our flag is back at our place right here before I can retrieve it. This is another key feature, so your flag needs to be at your base in order to retrieve it. And as another side note, if you're an quote attacker and getting capping flags, you should still defend your base if you're there, like you can see me doing right here, even though I wasn't like the defending part of the team. Okay, these were some tips for the offense side of your team when you're capping flags, and now let's take a look at the defense side of things. Okay, we're back at the defense side of the team. It's just another round and I decided to go defense this time. And you see I'm killed them very close to our flag spawn, and it retrieved itself automatically. So if you're really close and you're defending the spawn effectively, you won't even have to cap the flags, which is really good because you're not as vulnerable, and it makes it also a lot easier for your team to retrieve the flag because they don't have to wait for the flag counter to get around in order to bring the flag back. So this is another key feature. And if you're asking yourself why I am playing the recon class all that much, is for a couple of reasons. For example, if you're playing on the defense side and you don't want enemies hiding near you, which you can see this guy right here is hiding in this building right here, and I think I saw him through the proximity scan of the tank. If you put down a Tux or a MAV somewhere, it's a lot harder for the enemies just to get closer to your flag because your whole team and also the defending part of your team is a lot more aware of what's going on around you and where the enemies are. This makes it a lot easier to defend the flag. Which also brings me to my next point, which is basically the classes, which are, just from my point of view, suited for the new Capture the Flag game mode. Of course you can play every class, but like I said, I'm mainly playing the Recon kit, because like I already said, the Tux and the MAV are really useful if you're playing on the defense side. If you're playing offense on your team in the Capture the Flag game mode, it's really nice to have the spawn beacon. So if you're rushing forward, you want to put your beacon somewhere down near where the enemy spawn is, so you can just parachute in above them, maybe take a dirt bike or something and just get the hell out of there. Same goes for as a key our main tactic. Like I already said, team play is key, so playing with squad mates is also key. Spawning on each other, staying alive, makes it a lot easier to get the flags, makes it a lot harder to defend the flags for the enemy. And yeah, that's just another nice little thing for the offense. It's not as useful for the defense because the spawn is kind of near, but I mean, can be nice too. Now for the other kits, I would say I think the Engineer is my other favorite class for the Capture the Flag game mode, because you really are strong against vehicles, and I will cover this in a second when we get to the vehicle part of the video. But they can be really a big danger, and an Engineer is really good at blowing up vehicles, but also at repairing them, and also putting down the AT mines near or around the spawn, so that if enemy vehicles are coming close to your base, they just basically blow up automatically, and you have a support if you're getting the Javelin or the RPG, so that you not only disabling the enemy vehicle, but also blowing it up or destroying it because it was already damaged. So like I said, I would have to say the Engineer is my second favorite class for the CTF game mode. The two other classes, the Assault and the Support, can be really useful. I mean, just for the whole battlefield team play mechanic in general. Someone has the possibilities to heal you, someone can give you ammo. It's really important to play as a team. I think that's what I want to say. For the game mode, specifically, I think it's pretty much, it can be useful to get a revive train going in your spawn, or even on the offense, just to keep your presence there to make it harder for the enemy. On the other hand, as a support, you're really good at blowing up vehicles too, or just using it's kind of cheap, but it's really effective to put down C4 near the flag and just blow it up as soon as someone takes it. So if you're offense, you should really check your surroundings if you're taking the enemy flags for some C4 or maybe AT mines, so you can blow them up before they blow you up. Really quick side note, I forgot to mention something really important, and that is that the support kit with the LMGs plus bipod are really epic at defending, so you should definitely try to do that as well. Okay, now I want to touch on some, I guess, problems real quick, because now I'm going to talk about spawn raping. And many people are really annoyed by spawn raping in CTF, but it's really present in all the different games I've played, and I've also listed in the beginning. It just goes with the CTF mode, because like I said, you have basically nowhere else to spawn. This makes a recon player with a spawn beacon even more useful, and also playing a squad to spawn your spawn mates, and also do the squad switching to get your team out of your spawn and to keep pushing again. Yeah, this can be really useful. But Actually, even though many people are annoyed by the spawn raping, it is a crucial and essential part from the CTF game mode. So right here you can see me pushing up in their spawn, and they're also often hiding in their spawn, and sometimes you just need to go there in order to get the flag back or something. And if you're kind of like spawn raping them, you keep them from like getting out of their spawn, which makes it really easy for you to get, first of all, their flag, and also to bring it back, because if there's no enemy around, you can bring it back really easily. You can get the flag really easily, and that's just what you want in order to get all the flags to win the game. Yeah, and that's basically all there is to like the quote spawn raping. But now we want to talk a little bit more about the vehicles, because they are like a big part of the game, and this is really what makes or kind of distributes the CTF game mode from Battlefield 3 from like just all the other CTF game modes out there in different games, and just also all the other games, because not many games in the first person shooter genre kind of offer the option to use a vehicle also as a main feature of the battle. So for the vehicles we have in the CTF game mode, we'll of course have first of all the new dirt bikes, then we would have tanks, the new AA jeeps, and then also the helis. For the helis, we normally get the Little Bird and the C11 for basically all the maps besides Corsair Railroad, which you can see right now on the screen. Because right here we're getting the Viper and the Havoc. So this is a little bit different on this map. A little bit more firepower, and you should just, I don't know, just pay attention a little bit more to the sky, because they can do a little bit more damage than the Little Bird and the Z11. Okay, now I'm going over all the vehicles and how you can use them in CTF game mode. And first of all, there would be the dirt bikes, of course. Dirt bikes, high risk, high reward. You're really fast with them. It's really easy to kind of zoom there in their spawn, get the flag, and get out of there. And personally, I think this is the best way to play the CTF game with the dirt bikes, because you're just so fast. As a little downside, of course, you won't be able to retrieve the flag with a vehicle, so this goes for all the vehicles. You will have to get out of there, cap the flag, and then go back into your vehicle. And for example, you could also do this with a helicopter, but you of course would have to land it first, which would expose it a lot to the enemies, so they can just steal it from you or take it down really easily. So again, high risk, high reward, that's just what you're gonna have to deal with. Now, like I said, I already touched the dirt bikes, and they're really fast. Only downsides, you're really vulnerable, but if you have a gunner on the backseat, you can defend yourself a little bit. Another little downside, javelins can lock onto you, and boom, you're dead. So like I said, high risk, high reward. You should basically judge for yourself if you want to take the risk. Something else you could of course take would be the AA Jeep. They're pretty strong against tanks. If you hit all the 4 rockets, you can disable a tank with them. But as another downside, a tank can also disable you in one shot, so you kind of have to judge for yourself. You can also like cap flags with tanks, but yeah, they're really hard to take down. And especially if you have like another gunner with you and someone who's an engineer who can repair your vehicle, it's really hard to destroy a tank. So this makes you like, yeah, basically like a tank. And you can cap the flag and you're like a rolling fortress. This again has a little downside. I mean, like I said, the AA is kind of strong against tanks. They can disable them really quick. I mean, you can still shoot, but it's over in terms of speed. I mean, the tank is really slow to begin with, and if you're disabled, you can't go anywhere. So you really have to kind of decide for yourself what you want to do with that. Personally, I think it is better to use the tank back in the spawn as well as the AA Jeep, to have them near the spawn or near the map or the middle of the map, so you can defend your flag a lot better. I think this just makes sense because you want to have like really good defense, and the tank back at your spawn really can block lots of things. If you have like the AA a little bit in front of your own spawn but towards the middle of the map, you can basically take down the offense really easily. On the other hand, if you're going for offense with those vehicles, they can really easily be taken down if you're getting near the enemy spawn. So you kind of have to decide for yourself. Like right here you can see me doing kind of the middle of the map thing with the tank, and I'm just using the road on the side of the map right here on Corsair Railroad in order to get back and forth as fast as possible to kind of provide a pressure towards the middle of the map, but also to have a really good defense near our spawn. For example, right here you can see this guy trying to get past me, and since I've been in the middle providing the pressure, I was able to pick him off because he was able to get near our spawn, and luckily I'm able to take him down. Okay, so much for the tanks for now. Like I said, we also have the AA jeeps, and you also want to keep them near spawn or near the middle of the map. So, and why is that? Like I said, you want to have a solid defense line or to pick off like the other AA vehicles, as well as the dirt bikes and the tanks. But I haven't really touched on the helis yet, so especially the Z11 and the Little Bird, even though they're not doing as much damage as the attack helicopters like the Viper and the Havoc, they carry a lot more people, which makes it a lot more valuable to kind of have the people flying over the whole map together with the helicopter and drop them off near the enemy spawn, which would be your spawn if you're defending, so that they can take the flag. And this is really why you want to keep the AA and the tank kind of a little bit back, because if the enemy is attacking with a helicopter above your head, you want to take them down as soon as possible before their whole team can kind of parachute like in order to get your flag. Because as you know, dirt bikes are spawning in your spawn, and they can very easily just take the flag, take one of your dirt bikes, and off they go. So it's really hard to kind of get back at them, and it will just give you a really hard time. So this would be if you are defending against the helis. And I also kind of covered like what you have to do if you're like on offense with the heli. You of course want to take down the AA, you want to take down the tanks, but this is only your like secondary goal. Your primary goal is to get like above the enemy spawn and to drop your teammates off, your squad mates off there, so that they can cap the flag and get back as soon as possible. So helis, or just the aircraft in general, can play a really heavy role in the capture of the flag game mode, especially right here with the attack helicopters, because they can really dominate, and you want to just use your combined force to take them down as soon as possible. Okay guys, I think we now covered pretty much all I can tell you, or well, all the tips I can give you for the basic CTF game mode guide in order to prepare yourselves for the next capture the flag game you're playing. So if you have any suggestions yourself, or if you're like a CTF player yourself or a CTF veteran, feel free to post comments down below and tell the others how to play the capture the flag guy mode effectively, because this is really what this video is aiming for. I just want to give you some tips, and of course I'm not the best player, but this is what works for me, and I think most of the stuff will also work for you. Like I said, if you're a CTF veteran or you just want to get more into it, leave a comment down below if you want me to do like an advanced tutorial for the capture the flag game mode, which would basically cover some tactics, like I said, going a little bit more into detail with the vehicles and infantry, how to play, and maybe using some strategies, not only having offense or defense, but maybe having half the team defense, a quarter of the team doing that, and another quarter of the team doing that. So it really depends on what you kind of want to do. And like I said, if you want me to do another tutorial, just leave a comment down below, and I would really appreciate it if you just would do that, because I really like doing tutorials. And yeah, like I said, I think it's pretty much all for now, so I hope you enjoyed the video, and like Skullfaker out.